name's Kevin Japaul, and I am a director for audit and compliance at Mosaic. I've been in the technology industry for well over 25 plus years. There's things that were fairly consistent in terms of what I look for in roles, and a lot of it stemmed from, a creative outlook. Where can I apply some analytical and/or leadership skills? How can I apply, new learnings? So finding different ways, maybe not just in my day job, but how do I explore that in my hobby? So really looking at how I can balance myself. And that was always something that I was looking for. I think the biggest thing for me is, having an imposter syndrome. A large majority of the companies that I've worked at, there's very limited to no visible minorities. So I've always had to deal with, how am I representing myself? Do people accept, me for what I'm bringing to the table, and/or are they, seeing just my physical attributes and making judgments based on that? Building relationships, establishing trust. It did take me a long time to actually do that. Very closed off, I would say, in my early career, and just being focused on, the work or the task at hand. But I think as I matured, I realized that, for people to understand me or for me to feel comfortable, I also need to be vulnerable as well. So that was something that I've learned over the years that was, really impactful in terms of how well I can, one, interact with my team or my department, but two, even just with the overall company. And coming to Canada, my parents instilled a very strong work ethic, and that was something that I know that helped me. The other thing that was really important for me, and came from a lot of early managers that I had before, is being curious and that ability to continue learning. I think that's one aspect that I love within technology, is that it's always evolving, it's always changing, and it has allowed for me to constantly, look at what's that next thing, or how do we improve on something. I can remember a role that I had in a manager. He was the first person that ever had a notebook, and he just kind of documented, his activities, his interactions, dated it, and I've taken that, and it's been well over 20 years that I've maintained that same sort of approach, and I find that having that mind and hand connection and writing things out, I'm able to retain so much more information and recall different interactions based on just that practice of, taking notes. It's helped me in terms of time management, and just prioritizing the work that I do, because in the technology field, there's so many different projects that are ongoing at the same time. So you need to find ways to balance your time, and find opportunities to see how you can fine tune and improve your level of efficiency, and never stop learning. I think that was the one thing. Coming out of school, it's like you think, oh, now I'm going to be in the real world, and I'm going to apply what I learned. Yeah, you're going to apply what you learn early on, but you're going to continue to grow, and that growth requires more learning. So that's the big draw for me, is that constantly doing courses, webinars, even just speaking to colleagues. The other big aspect as well is finding a mentor and/or sponsor, someone that can advocate for you, but really is to develop and understand, what are other folks seeing? What are they seeing? And maybe they're not in the same space in technology, but they can give you a complimentary view. So if you're speaking to someone on the business side, in the marketing team, or in the sales side, gaining that insight can actually help to, again, give you a more well-rounded understanding or appreciation for the business that you're in or the industry that you're in. So that would be my recommendation. Come into this technology space with just a yearning for curiosity and continuing to learn and being okay with not having the right answer all the time. I think that's the other part. It's very humbling to know that for all the technology and all the advancement, no one person is going to know everything. So it's okay that you don't know something, but then the next aspect is to go and learn, Google things, speak to colleagues, attend webinars, and that's the part that, again, will continue to evolve your way of thinking and how you're going to apply that. Thank you.